everyone, Old School Pokemon here. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my eBay auction consignment services, kind of giving you guys a behind-the-scenes look into what I'm actually making off of these eBay consignments, as well as talking about the pros and cons for offering eBay consignments, and talking about whether or not it's worthwhile for me to offer these eBay consignments. Kind of giving you guys a behind-the-scenes look into the whole consignment process from my perspective as the seller. So before we hop into any of that, I do want to kind of give you guys a rundown so you guys know how much I'm actually making off of these eBay consignments. So this right here is my consignment fee structure. I set this up as kind of a tiered approach based off of what each individual item sells for. So first off, we have 99 cents to $999.99. I charge the actual eBay fees that I pay, plus a 10% commission that goes to me. This is where the vast majority of my consignments fall. They fall within that 99 cents to $999.99 price range. I do, for my eBay consignments, for the most part, I do 99-cent auctions. So all the auctions start off at 99 cents and then go to wherever they go to. But like I said, the vast majority of my consignments fall within that range right there. The next tier that I have is anything that sells between $1,000 and $4,999.99. In this case, I charge the actual eBay fees that I pay, plus a 5% commission that goes to me. And then finally, anything that sells for $5,000 or more, I charge the actual eBay fees that I pay, plus a 2.5% commission that goes to me. Generally speaking, the eBay final value fees and eBay managed payment fees are roughly 11.8%. So the eBay fees, roughly 11.8% plus my commission. When you get into those higher end items, the eBay final value fee does cap at, I believe, $250 or $300. So the eBay fees percentage will decrease with those higher end items. But for the most part, like I said, all the things that I'm consigning, or the vast majority of things that I'm consigning, fall within that first tier, which is roughly 11.8% for eBay fees plus the 10% commission that goes to me. So now we'll go ahead and take a look at all of my numbers year to date. So this is what I've sold year to date in terms of my eBay consignments. In January, I did $10,299.18 in consignment sales. That's broken up over 182 items. In total, I made $947.42 in commission. February was a lot slower of a month. This is mainly on me because I really wasn't offering consignments in February. I was more or less just focusing on preparing for Collecticon Orlando. However, I did do one small consignment that consisted of a few higher end cards. So for February, I have $10,993.09 in consignment sales broken up over 16 items. And in total, I made $434.11 in commission. Getting into March, this is where my consignments have really started to pick up. March, I did $24,012.72 in consignment sales, broken up over 546 items. In total, I made $2,346.07 in commission. And then thus far in April, this includes 2 auction blocks for April. As I'm recording this video, today is April 19th. So thus far in April, I've done $13,542.41 in consignment sales. That's broken up over 273 different items. In total so far, I've received $1,354.24 in commission. So year to date, my total numbers, I've sold $58,847.40 in consignment sales, broken up over 1,017 different items. And in total, I've made $5,081.84 in commission. So overall, definitely worthwhile in terms of the numbers that I'm getting for the commission as well as the items that I'm selling. Hopefully these numbers will continue moving forward in 2022. But now let's go ahead and kind of give a rundown on the pros and cons for offering eBay consignments. We're going to start things off with the pros for consignments. So first off, I have growing my following, kind of growing my brand on eBay, YouTube, Instagram, whatnot, wherever, as well as growing my eBay feedback and detailed seller rating, basically those star ratings that you see on my eBay feedback profile page. So eBay feedback and DSR ratings are pretty straightforward. When someone purchases something, generally speaking, they leave feedback, so that increases my feedback score and DSR ratings. Growing my eBay following is another straightforward one. Basically, when someone sees one of my eBay auctions, they're more likely to follow my eBay store, which increases my eBay following. But with the social media, YouTube, Instagram, whatnot, whenever I sell an item, I include one of my business cards within the package. The back of my business card has a QR code that links them to my Linktree account, which has links to all of my social media, so YouTube, Instagram, whatnot, wherever. And I definitely noticed an increase in subscribers on YouTube, an increase in followers on Instagram, and an increase in followers on whatnot, based off of these business cards. So who knows whether or not they're coming from consignments or my own items, but I think it's pretty safe to say that a portion of those followers or subscribers, whatever, are coming from those consignment sales, which is always a nice thing to kind of grow my following and kind of expand my brand, if you will. Next up, I have cross-promotion. So obviously, with these consignment auctions, I'm getting more eyes on my eBay store, and I'm getting more eyes on my own eBay inventory, which is always a nice perk right there. I've had numerous circumstances where someone will purchase something from a consignment auction, and then before they check out, they'll add a few cards of my own inventory to purchase, which is always a nice added perk right there. Able to kind of upsell and not only make money off of that consignment sale through my commission, but also make money off of that sale that I had of my own eBay inventory as well. Thirdly, I have an opportunity to see a lot of really cool cards. This is another one that I do thoroughly enjoy. I get a lot of cards on consignment that I normally typically wouldn't purchase myself, so I'm able to see a lot of really cool cards that come through my hands on consignment, which is definitely a nice little added perk if you enjoy just kind of looking at different Pokemon cards. And then finally, I called this one as being free money in quotation marks. Really wasn't sure what to call this one, but basically, I don't have anything invested in the cards that I'm consigning for people, so I don't have an actual cost on these cards. So it's not something where I have to worry about what my actual cost is versus what I sell the card for to create my actual profit margin. On the consignment listings, I'm making a set percentage based off of the sale price of that item. So the only thing that I have invested in that item is the time factor, which we'll get into that in the next slide, talking about the cons for consignments. Obviously, though, I do want to try and sell each individual card for the most amount of money as possible in order to make more money based off of my commission that I'm receiving on that sale. But more importantly, to keep the consignees, people who are sending me cards to sell on their behalf, keeping them happy so that they continue coming back and wanting to consign more cards through me. So those are kind of the pros that I have listed for my eBay consignments. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the cons for eBay consignments. The biggest con for me for eBay consignments is the time factor. I'm already really, really busy with my own eBay inventory, running my own eBay business. Adding on the consignments is a huge time factor, and that's definitely the biggest con, in my opinion, for offering consignments. I typically... So kind of give you guys a really quick rundown on kind of my schedule for the week. Monday through Friday is typically focusing on my own eBay inventory, my own eBay listings, so on and so forth. Now that I offer consignments, I've kind of changed that up a little bit, where Friday afternoon is kind of the beginning of my consignments. I'll go ahead and unpackage everything, get everything in an order that I want to list it on eBay for, and then Friday night or going into Saturday is when I'll start taking pictures of each individual item, Saturdays when I'll create all the eBay listings, I'll schedule them out so that they start on Sunday. And then with the kind of the influx in sales that I'm having over the weekend, now that I have all of these consignment auctions ending on Sunday night, I have a lot of orders to mail out on Monday. Not only do I have all the consignment orders, but I also have all of my own orders to mail out for Monday. Weekends are typically the busiest time on eBay for my own inventory as well. So come Monday, I have a lot of orders to mail out each week. So I've started to do late Sunday night. I'll start pulling and packing some of the orders, and then that process continues on Monday. A good portion of my day on Monday is spent packaging orders at this point. So the time factor for consignments for me, I've started to work more on Saturdays in terms of taking pictures, creating the eBay listings and all of that. And then I've also started to work late Sunday night, starting to package all my orders, and then that process continues on into Monday. Nowadays, with the consignments and my own eBay inventory, Monday is more or less just a packaging day. Packaging and answering emails is basically the extent of my day on Monday. So Mondays have definitely become a rough day for me. But just to give you guys an idea on how long it actually takes to kind of do the whole consignment process, I timed myself on some of the more common activities involved with the creating an eBay listing. So first off, after I unpackage everything, get it in order that I want to have everything listed on eBay, I'll take pictures of everything. Taking pictures is a relatively quick process. It takes me about 20 seconds per card to take a front and a back picture. So if I worked continuously throughout an hour without taking any type of break, I'm able to do about 180 cards per hour in terms of taking front and back pictures. Obviously, I do take an occasional break here and there, so that number is a little bit less per hour, but on average, it really doesn't take much time at all to take pictures of each individual item. Creating the eBay listings does take a little bit longer. If you're someone who's new to selling on eBay, this process can take a while, but once you kind of get into the groove of creating eBay listings, it's more or less like an automated process. You're always doing the same thing. You're changing the item title, you're changing the pictures, the item specifics, a little bit in the description, and then aside from that, everything else remains pretty much the same. So once you get into the groove of things, creating an eBay listing really doesn't take too long. I got my timing down to 1 minute and 30 seconds per listing, which if I work for a continuous hour without taking any type of break or anything like that in between, I'm able to do about 40 eBay listings per hour. In terms of how many consignment auctions I'm running per week, back a couple weeks ago, I ran a consignment auction block with 130 auctions that ended Sunday night. That made for an absolute miserable Monday. So I told myself that I am never going to do that again. Now I'm trying to cap my consignment auction blocks between 100 and 150 items per auction block, which is definitely manageable for my situation. Mailing all of those items plus my own items is something that I can actually manage on a Monday without stressing too much. So that's where I'm at in terms of the number of listings that I'm listing per auction block. And then finally, packaging the orders come once the buyer pays, and I actually package and mail the order. Takes me about 1 minute and 45 seconds per order. So again, without any breaks, package about 35 orders per hour. That includes pulling the card from my inventory, packaging it, printing out the label, putting the label on the package, and then just adding it into the bin to bring to the post office. So on an individual item basis, the timing really isn't bad, but then when you multiply that by 100, 150 or more auctions every week, that's when the time factor really kicks in. And that doesn't include anything pre or post sale. So for example, unpackaging all of the boxes that people mail to me, putting the cards in order, putting sleeves on the cards after I take pictures of them, answering any emails during the auction or after the auction, sending out invoices to the different buyers. That's just kind of, this is the bulk of what I do, the bulk of the time that it takes for consignments, but there's also additional time throughout the week that I add on for consignments. So that's definitely the biggest con, in my opinion, is just that time factor right there. And then finally, we also have non-paying buyers. This really isn't a consignment issue. This is more of an eBay auction issue. You have a higher percentage of non-paying buyers through eBay auctions than you do buy it now listings, which is non-paying buyers are just really, really frustrating, both from a seller perspective, my own perspective, as well as the consignee perspective, because they have to wait an additional week for me to resell that card before they can receive their payout. But again, that's really not a consignment issue. It's more of an auction issue. More so focused on the consignments are lost packages and return requests. So basically, how my consignment process works is once the buyer pays for an item and I ship that item out to the buyer, I then go ahead and pay the consignee whatever I owe them. So they're paid and the item is on the way to the buyer. If the item gets lost in the mail, I'd have to refund that buyer out of my own pocket. Or if the buyer wants to return the item for any reason, I'd have to refund the buyer out of my own pocket. Fortunately, thus far, I've never had a lost package on consignments, which is really, really nice. Hopefully that continues. However, I have had a few return requests. So on my eBay consignment auction listings, I don't allow any type of returns. However, there are ways that eBay buyers can kind of circumvent that and get eBay to allow them to return the item for a refund. So I have had that happen on a few occasions. Fortunately, for the most part, it's all been like lower end cards that I'm able to refund easily without having to worry about anything. However, I have had one return request where it was on a higher end card that definitely hurt having to refund that buyer. So I sold a PSA 10 Legendary Collection Reverse Hollow Meowth for $907.99. That buyer received the card, didn't agree with the PSA 10 grade that it got, so he opened up an item not as described eBay case against me. I tried fighting it, but eBay ultimately sided with the buyer and allowed the buyer to return that card to me. So once I received that card back from the buyer, I had to issue him a full refund of $907.99. Obviously, though, I had already paid the consignee the amount that I owed them, so that money came out of my pocket. But fortunately, when stuff like that happens, I now take possession of the card, so I was able to list the card on eBay as a buy it now price and sold it shortly thereafter for a slight loss, but I was able to recuperate a good portion of the money that I had paid out previously. So it kind of stinks having to deal with situations like that, but it's not the end of the world. Lost packages would definitely be the biggest one because then you're out the card and you're out the money. But fortunately, like I said, that hasn't happened just yet. Hopefully that streak continues going forward. Now, kind of wrapping things up, are consignments worthwhile? Short answer, I said yes and no. I do really, really enjoy some aspects of consignments, but like I said, that time factor can be absolutely brutal for me. So parts that I enjoy, obviously, having that additional revenue stream is really, really nice. If I ever have a month where my own eBay sales are a bit slower, it's nice to have that kind of additional revenue that I can help rely on. So that's a nice little feature right there. Plus, I do really enjoy being able to grow my eBay business, kind of grow my brand. That's another huge perk in my opinion as well. However, like I said, the negative to that would be the time factor. It does take a lot of time to do all of these consignments, and adding consignments onto what I do already is really stressful at times. But overall, it is definitely worthwhile and something that I will continue to do and try and expand upon in the future. So that is all I have for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that kind of behind the scenes look into my eBay consignments. If you guys ever want to consign cards through me, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram or shoot me an email. I do always include a link to both of those in the description of each video. But that, like I said, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.